WEFUNK. We funk.
I guess on the Geeked Up podcast, ironically enough, we've talked about some of the big musical stuff. I guess really just namely because of Hamilton, which is going to be released, I guess, at this point just next week, or 4th of July weekend, so just a couple of weeks away for Hamilton, which, of course, the big story there was, like, they went up a full year for the release of that. I guess on the other side of that, In the Heights, which was the other production from those guys that was slated to come out this year, was going to be, has actually been delayed a full year, so a little bit of a flip-flop for them, but pretty psyched for Hamilton, to be honest, you know. Never seen it.
Yeah. I've never seen it. Lin-Manuel Miranda's killing it right now. Everyone loves him. I got no beef against the guy, except for the fact that, like, I just hate that everyone, like, thinks he's so cool and he's like a good rapper. It's like, come on, dude. He's a drama nerd. It was much like that time on like the Fallon show where like Harry Potter like did the A to Z alphabet.
Yes.
And it was like, you know, this is some theater camp game he learned to play.
Yeah.
It's like,
100%.
dude, I get it. Like, he is cool, and like, you know, people love the show, but like, don't tell me he's a good rapper. Like, any song that like 55-year-old moms can like rap along to. It's not.
It's a little Weird Al-ish, all right. And I'm not saying Weird Al's not a good rapper, but I guess as well we talked a little bit, I think, on one of the Geeked Up podcasts. But there was as well the whole Hip Hop Love Supreme kind of Broadway thing that they did this year, which was like a super popular production for a while. It was only like on a short run. I think probably would be further, further expounded on. But that was like one of the real rave smash hits of last year on Broadway, which was the same. I think that was like the initial project for these guys, but I think it was a very interactive rap kind of thing, like changing night to night, and it was like, so he's an amazing, like you said, whether he's a good rapper or not doesn't exactly, because he can freestyle doesn't make him Kanye, you know what I mean? Like, he's not a cultural.
Well, he's not freestyling, dude. This is like raps that took him like 8 years.
No, for sure in Hamilton, but even well, no, that's true. But even if so, like, even if he is really good at that, like, it still doesn't make, he's still a nerdy theater kid, even though he's good at freestyling, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make him part of the Wu-Tang Clan because he fucking learned how to do this, you know. But I am excited to see it.
Miranda's never been to Staten Island.
I am excited to see this, though. I've never seen the actual production, and this as well is actually one of those where you're just going to see a filmed version of the production. It's not a goofy, like, adaptation, not Cats with computer people or whatever the fuck happened.
Exactly. It's also, like, they've done it with, like, Les Mis and Phantom of the Opera, where they've made, like, movies, like storyline movies with like the songs in it. This is just like, like you said, just like a filming of the play.
Yeah.
With the original cast, though, too, I guess is worth noting because like I don't think most, if any of these people from the movie that's coming out is on the stage version anymore.
Yes, good call. I think it's like from a 2016 performance or something like that. But so that'll be interesting, and I think as well, just pretty cool that it's been pumped up a whole year and going to be out for free on Disney Plus, or out with your Disney Plus, with your friends' Disney Plus subscription that they honed you in on, or if you have one of the saps that pay for it, I guess.
Still waiting on Winter Soldier and Falcon, but I guess I'll settle for Hamilton.
I mean, enjoy the Simpsons catalog while you wait, I suppose. But I guess the other big musical story of 2020 that I guess we'll get into, it's coming out still on schedule for its Christmas release here, but the big Spielberg West Side Story, which it feels like it's been about like long enough without me having to fucking see a West Side Story anything to be like, all right, whatever, I'll accept a 2020 version because I haven't been annoyed.
Have you never seen West Side Story?
No, I feel like a good 15, 20 years ago I was forced to watch it, and then I haven't. It's gone away. It's like the cicadas.
Same.
It's gone away, and now it's like, all right, bring it back. I'll fucking put it back to bed.
It took me years to realize it was a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, too. I was like, oh, no shit. One of those?
I mean, spoiler alert. Jeez, what did I say? I fucking... But,
I'll tell you this, dude. I know that I don't know about the movie, but I know on Broadway they've have redone it on Broadway and have made it more like I don't know, 2020.
Exactly, more contemporary with themes and whatnot.
Well, the original show is that it was like the whites versus the Puerto Ricans, right?
I mean, by whites, Italians, I guess, if you want to consider.
That's a good point. But, I mean, it's, white people versus Puerto Ricans. And then also, so I think they've done away with that aspect of it. I think there's like the Sharks and the Jets are just like, just two gangs. Okay. I don't think there's a racial.
Now they're both Puerto Rican. Make it a little bit more accurate for 2020. But
the other thing too is I know they took away a song from the original production, and I don't know why. And again, I don't know that much about the show, so I would be like know enough about the lyrics, but of course why. But like, I'm thinking Huck Finn.
Edward Jim kind of territory here.
That would be what I was thinking, but there's a song called "I Feel Pretty" where like the girls are like, "I feel pretty, oh so pretty," and they took that away.
Interesting. That's the song that they took away. I Feel Pretty.
Yeah, that's the song that they took away. Yeah,
Interesting. That's a I didn't even know that was a West Side Story jam. That's
for sure.
We could mention that one later in our list that we'll get into. But
so it's very interesting that. I mean, I'm sure there's some songs where it's like "Greasy Puerto Ricans," but like they went with like that one.
You can't have West Side Story without the without the classic Greasy Puerto Ricans. I mean, but I think, like you said as well, that like that might be the Broadway, which as well might be different from the Spielberg movie, because I think West Side Story was poised for like a big year because it was actually as well coming out on Broadway, I think. And then this is like the movie, version as well coming out later this year. But I'm not really sure about that, though. I imagine that like you said, that they would kind of make it a little bit more contemporary. But I thought they would still stick with the classic, the classic Puerto Rican Italian themes of the movie, but just kind of have it a little bit more less greaser and more 2020, But
yeah, maybe. Who knows?
I guess neither one of us will find out when we don't go to see it on Christmas when it's released, because
unless it's nominated for Best Picture, then you're fucked.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that's a great call. This is not the last we've heard of West Side Story, unfortunately, as we will definitely. And again, I think there's even another like Netflix and chat one with Meryl Streep, a musical, The Prom, that I'm not mentioning on the show. Under the whack shit policy, I'm not going to mention The Prom, but that's a big Netflix smash.
I'll stick with your whack shit policy too, and I'll just throw something else in there, which is totally whack shit. But I guess since we're talking about like theater stuff, there was a show, one of the original shows on Disney Plus. Speaking of Disney Plus, also. That was called Encore, and it was hosted by Kristen Bell, and I think they just wrapped it up. But what she would do is she would like find these casts from like high school kids that did like high school musicals, right, while they were in high school, and then reunite the cast like 15, 20 years, 10 years later.
Wow.
Where they're all grown-ups, and then like make these poor schlubs like redo the same production.
Sounds great
again.
In theory. Kind of backfires when everybody's like fat parents of two and don't have time for rehearsal. It's like, sorry, Kristen Bell, I got a family over here. I can't fucking I can't resurrect my role as King Lear or whatever the fuck from. But I mean, I guess it would be cool if they, if every one of those they signed on like a big star that went to high school, like, Mariah Carey or whatever.
It's not even that, dude. What it is, like, I watched one episode of it just because, like, whatever. And because it was like right when Disney Plus came out too, and I was like, well, they don't have so much programming. And plus,
impossible to run out of programming to the point where you had to watch
secret theater nerd too. But I fucking watched one of it, and it's such a like they know what they're doing. Like they must like rifle through all the applications. Like, oh look, the one guy from the play almost died of cancer in his 30s, but now he's alive. So that'll take a good chunk of this hour, 20-minute chunk, and be like, all right, let's see if old 40-year-old Michael can still play Pip.
I mean, it reminds me a little bit of like a John Kay. Like I said, though, sounds in theory could be a fun show. We'll see how it plays out episode to episode, but
no, we won't.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Under the whack shit policy as well. We don't have to feel.
Yeah.
Big F! WEFUNK. We funk.